Who will be the PBA King of the Lanes? Former Player of the Year Wes Malott currently wears the crown. But two living legends are seeking to dethrone him. The incomparable Norm Duke and the sport's all-time great Walter Ray Williams Jr. Those two are set to battle for the right to take down King Wes. Who will reign supreme? The PBA King of the Lanes is next on FS1. Bowlero in Jupiter, Florida, host the 2020 PBA King of the Lanes. Tonight, we bring you the first of 6 shows in this event. His Highness is here. The reigning PBA King of the Lanes, Big Wes Malott. The names here in Jupiter, Florida, among the best ever. How about the first match out of the gate? Walter Ray Williams Jr., who has the most titles in PBA Tour history, facing 40-time champ Norm Duke, an old rivalry renewed. The winner takes on the Big Nasty himself, the King. Wes Malott, the survivor, is King of the Lanes, at least for now. Welcome, bowling fans, here on FS1 at Jupiter, Florida. Dave Rhino alongside the Hall of Famer, Randy Peterson. Randy, this first match is a battle of legends, a battle of titans. Should be fantastic bowling between Walter Ray and Norm. They've got 87 career titles and 15 majors. Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be an epic battle. I mean, it's almost like watching Ollie and Frazier or Bird and Magic going at it. I mean, these two players, top 3 all-time in wins. Norm, number 3 with 40 tour titles. And Walter Ray, arguably the greatest of all time. He sits at the top of that list with 47 titles. The winner of this match will face His Royal Majesty. That's right, the King. King Wes Malott is back, the King of the Lanes. And what a performance back in 2009 when this man bowled not 1, but 2 300 games during his 5-day reign as King. Here's another great stat for you, Dave Ryan. Throughout the 5 days of this competition in 2009, he averaged 276 for the event. His opponents, just 228, and that's why he's wearing the crown.
Randy, who better to interview the King himself, Wes Malott, than our very own Kimberly Pressler, former Miss USA. Your Majesties, take it away.
Thank you so much, Dave. So I decided to bring my Miss USA crown, dust it off, because I was going to be interviewing royalty tonight. But let's be honest, I actually wore it, so when I interviewed you, Wes, I looked a little bit taller. But you look good sitting on that throne. You have been the King of the Lanes for 10+ years now, but you have 2 OGs gunning for that crown. You know, are you going to be able to reign supreme and win it all tonight?
Well, Kim, that's obviously why we're all here. Honestly, for me, I'm just glad to be back on the lanes. You know, I know we've had some events on the lanes I haven't been a part of, but get on the lanes, be able to compete. Obviously, 2 of the greatest to ever roll a bowling ball down the lane is who I'm looking at going against. Really, it's no different than back in 2009. It was 10 of the best bowlers that year that I competed against, and I was able to take them all down. So let's just hope that wave is still alive, and I can get on it and ride it for the next few days here.
Well, you did it in grand fashion with 2 300, so good luck to you tonight, and we will see you in the finals.
Thanks, Kim.
Your Highness, thank you. Odds are now live on Fox Bet and available in Colorado and Pennsylvania, and are presented for entertainment purposes in all other states.
I was going to take it off, of course.
Wes will watch from his throne, Randy. And
Yes.
we get to talk about this guy, Norm Duke.
Oh, Norm Duke, when we talked about it in the Open with 40 wins, 7 career majors. How about 2 PBA 50 majors? The wee Iceman cometh tonight.
Here we go. Time to bowl from Jupiter, Florida. All 10 back for Norm Duke.
Hard to believe that Walter Ray's last PBA Tour title came in 2010, but it was the Masters. Winningest player in history, 8 majors to his credit, 3 PBA 50 titles last season. And guess what, Dave Ryan? He's made almost $5 million in his career.
So great to see Walter Ray back in action. Now 60 years old. He told us this week what I'm most proud of is the 25 years of dominance on the PBA Tour. Walter Ray's back on TV. Got a strike.
You can see by strike track right here how much straighter Walter Ray's going to go than Norm Duke. Duke was like 16 to about 7, and Walter Ray's going to go pretty straight right around second arrow.
Walter Ray lives cross-state, about 2.5 hours. Oxford, Florida, not too far from the Villages. Great bowling country here in the Sunshine State. Now the two legends are back on TV head-to-head. Perfect shot, Walter Ray.
Hey, Wes Malott, Randy Peterson here in the booth. That crown looks a little tight. Is it cutting off the circulation yet?
It's definitely a little tight, Randy, but you know what? I think it fits. Looks pretty good on me, actually.
You like somebody in this match?
Well, both playing a little straighter, but both put 10 back, all 3 shots. So.
Playing it close to the vest for now. And the first non-strike of the match as the 10 is tapped but does not fall there for Norm Duke.
Much straighter on the right lane, as you can see by our strike track numbers. Very similar to the line Walter Ray is playing.
Now fans are seeing the golden pin in the pin deck. If it's in the head pin position, as Norman goes across the lane, look out! Oh, he missed the 10. Footwork issues. It's an open frame.
Yeah, not good, especially since Walter Ray already doubled. Let's see what happens here with his footwork. Yep, something happened. Almost looked like he stuck.
If that golden pin's in the head pin position with a strike, Randy,
yeah.
Everyone in America.
Wait, what? What?
Everyone in America who wants a free game of bowling will get one courtesy of Go Bowling. So the golden pin,
that's incredible.
Head pin position and a strike on our show here tonight. Keep an eye on that.
Much different line on that left lane, so that tells me immediately the left lane is definitely hooking more than the right lane. You see the numbers there, 16.8. It's almost 17th board. Remember on the right lane he was around 11. But if he throws a lot of shots like that, he won't have to worry about shooting any spares.
Back to Walter Ray. Right lane going right at it. There's that golden pin in the 2-pin position. And a strike for the 60-year-old superstar. Walter Ray Williams Jr. still competes on the PBA 50 tour.
Yeah, he still bowls on this tour from time to time as well. But you can see these beautiful lines right here and that nice straight level arm swing. Really the only thing that has changed over the years for Walter Ray Williams Jr. is maybe just a little less knee bend. Front 3 for the winningest player in the history of the sport.
Looking for a 4-bagger to start things off here. He'll do it. He is in the groove, Randy. It's just like old times. Now, you and I call a lot of these battle of the Titan matches between these two legends back in the day, and it's fun to see these guys on the lanes again.
Well, they've bowled against each other 13 times on 13. TV. Duke winning 6 of those times, but Duke also bowled 300 at him at the 2003 PBA Geico Earl Anthony Classic in Tacoma, Washington. Duke's in serious trouble early on. He better get on that gravy train with biscuit wheels.
Better happen now. You're right about that. Here's all 10 back. This is a 1-game match. We'll see who takes on the reigning king of the lanes.
Right, down by 30. Come on.
Winner of that match moves on to the next show. Loser goes home. Norm tells us he still loves to compete.
There you go. Cuts it back down to, or takes the deficit back to 22. But Walter Ray firmly in the driver's seat right now and working on the front four. He keeps striking. There's nothing the Duke can do about it.
7-time PBA Player of the Year. How about that? Obviously active in bowling and horseshoe pitching. Right lane. That's a high shot. Look out. 6, 7, 10.
Wow,
Big
man, I like that
change.
one. A little slow, I guess.
Big challenge.
All right, Walter Ray is going to try to get his bowling ball over here to the right side of that 6-pin and slide and cut that 6-pin over into the 7.
Dang it. Come on.
After the great start, a new match now. Tough one. Cross lane, 7 stands, open frame. Left lane, if any player bowls a strike with that gold head pin, there it is. Everyone in America can receive a free game of bowling at GoBowling.com. Register for Go Bowling Free America coupon. Bowling centers across the country are making sure you feel safe and comfortable, so they'll be ready when you're ready to get back to the lanes.
Bro, there's like 1 million people rooting for Walter Ray right now.
Everyone is locked in.
Come on, Walter Ray.
Go Bowling, Golden Strike.
Yeah!
America, you're welcome.
Yeah, Walter Ray. Everybody in America loves you.
I know you're watching.
That is awesome.
Norm Duke, well, he climbed his way back into it with the last 3 strikes in a row. Walter Ray gave him a little bit of an opening, but lots more to come right here in Jupiter, Florida.
The PBA on FS1 is brought to you by Go Bowling. For promotional offers, tips to improve your game, news at a located bowling center near you, log on to GoBowling.com. And by Guaranteed Rate. Mortgage rates are historically low right now. With the incredibly low rates from Guaranteed Rate, you can save big money on your mortgage. Visit rate.com today. Excitement here in Jupiter, Florida, as Walter Ray in the 6th frame gives everyone in the nation a free game of bowling. But Norm Duke's thinking about the win and another strike. Make it 4 in a row, and the lead by 3 pins, Randy, for Norm Duke.
Yeah, lead change. And Norm Duke with that open frame in the 2nd, right back in this. Max score for Norm Duke is 268. Max score for Walter Ray Williams Jr., 265. Throwing an Omega Crux, hooking a ball in his arsenal.
Norm looks for the 5-bagger left lane. He has got it. Crunching all 10 into the pit. Another strike for Duke. And now a 13-pin lead as the King, His Highness, observes from his royal throne.
You know what he's going to say about the loser, don't you? What? Off with his head. The king has spoken. Walter Ray Williams Jr. throwing a prism warp.
To cut it to 3. 10-pin, no.
Wow, such a great start, and then that shot that kind of fooled Walter Ray where he went through the nose, and then he paid dearly for it by leaving the big split. This time just a little quitter 10-pin.
Walter Ray competed over the weekend. The regional won by Tom Doherty in Tampa. Finished top 5. Said he bowled well. Been competitive. Just loves to be out there. This week, Fox Saturday Baseball is back. The Cubs clash with the Brewers at 1. The Dodgers battle the Giants at 4. And the Yankees face the World Series champion Nationals at 7. Celebrate the return of baseball with a special triple-header Saturday only on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Can't wait to watch my Dodgers again.
So excited. I'm a Mets fan. Baseball.
Sorry to hear that.
Walter Ray, that's a high shot. 3-6-10 stand. One game match, Randy. Got to figure it out fast here.
Well, you can see that was definitely inside of target down lane, and that follow through kind of suggested that. Norm Duke is in a really good spot now.
They're old rivals, longtime friends. It'll help on the 10-pin. They live about 45 minutes apart here in Florida. For years, they were golfing buddies as well. Long-time rivals. Duke is hot, got a 16-pin lead. And I believe we have another golden pin, Randy. There are in the head pin and 2-pin positions. Can Norm give the nation another free game? How about it, Normie? You better believe it.
More free bowling!
More free
free bowling!
The Go Bowling Golden Strike. Not once, but twice in this match. One from each Walter Ray and from Norm Duke.
Great shot there by Norm. Now it's a 6-bagger, firmly in command, heading into the 9th frame. 26-pin lead can increase to 36. Norm Duke is in the 230s right now. Walter Ray can still strike out for 232. A strike here and a spare in the 10th frame. Duke is going to take on the king.
Looks for another one. Stays red hot.
What a comeback.
36-pin lead for Norm Duke. Running away with it here.
Walter Ray doesn't strike on this ball. It's basically over. Duke is down the 240s. He just needs a mark of any kind if Walter Ray strikes out.
Get it right.
7-bagger for Norm. Foundation frame for Walter Ray. Works on a spare. Got to be strike city for him. 10-pin again. Not fine.
God, really? A lot better than that.
Norm Duke is going to face the reigning king of the lanes, Wes Malott. It's great to see Walter Ray back on TV, though.
Sure is. I mean, we have not called one of these matches in a long time. Walter Ray, very active on social media these days. His horseshoe pitching, he's top 40 in the nation in horseshoes, and bowling practice sessions can get 100,000 followers and live viewers for his practice sessions on Facebook.
That's crazy.
He just puts the camera near the stake for horseshoes, and at his local bowling center here in Florida, 100,000 people want to watch him practice live. It's amazing.
So good for so long. I think his first year on tour was 1986. Could be mistaken, but I remember back when I was a kid bowling 10 gamers in Southern California against Walter Ray. He grew up in Pomona. And we used to do a little bit of bowling together back before we were both really on full-time on tour.
Walter Ray's advice, the young bowlers now learn some trick shots. Learn more than just your standard way to get to the 1-3 pocket for the right-handers.
You know that Walter Ray is the only player that's bowled a 300 game with using his thumb and a 300 game two-handed without his thumb in PBA competition.
It's amazing. Walter Ray, fantastic, my friend, to see you on TV once again.
Sure is.
211 for the legend. All-time leader in tour titles in his great career. That was when we asked him this week what he's most proud of. He said the longevity, just that amazing stretch of dominance for a guy who really didn't get going with pro bowling till after college.
Yeah.
He told us this week growing up in California, he didn't know collegiate bowling existed.
Right.
How about that? This one over now, as Norm has mathematically clinched it. And
whoa, hang on.
the head pin.
More free bowling. Come on, Norm.
Come on, free bowling.
Could we have 3 in this game? Possibly.
I wonder if the mechanic's doing that on purpose in the back. Dropping that head pin in the number 1 slot.
Come on, Norm, how about it? Yeah!
Oh, man, this is getting expensive.
Go Bowling Golden Strike again.
Hey, Duke, don't think I'm not going to take my 3 free games. I'm going to get those.
Be sure to go to gobowling.com and register for a Go Bowling Free America coupon. Bowling centers across the country, making sure you feel safe and comfortable, so they'll be ready to get back to bowling when you are as well. Thanks to all those great folks for supporting us tonight and providing all the great bowling as well.
Nice
Elbow
bowling
bump.
against you once more time.
Got to be safe.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you, Josh.
Norm was something else. Kimberly, joined by Norm Duke.
Thanks, Dave. So it is time for Do You Know the Pros, and it is sponsored by Go Bowling. So do you know which pro actually used to have a superstition that involved using the restroom? Yes, you heard that question correctly. Now, was it Kyle Troop, Jesper Svensson, Bill O'Neill, or Pete Weber? All right, guys, we're going to give you the answer to that when we get back from the break. Welcome back to the PBA King of the Lanes, and now it's time to give you the answer to that Do You Know the Pros question, sponsored by Go Bowling. So did you pick who it was that was a little bit superstitious about something that involved using the restroom? Well, it was none other than Bill O'Neill, and here he is with a little explanation about that.
Like when I was kind of first starting out, bowling for as a profession, I was a little more superstitious, and I used to have one where when I would have to go to the bathroom, I would have to use the same stall every single time. No matter what, and if somebody was in there, I had to wait, and I just waited and waited and waited until I had to use that one. So as I've grown older, I've gotten rid of all those kind of silly things, and just kind of became more of an adult.
I have to be honest, guys, I don't think I have ever heard a superstition that involved using the restroom whatsoever. I am now joined by Miss Coley, the PBA CEO. Did you get the correct answer here?
You know what, I didn't, and I didn't even need to know that. I would have been fine without knowing about that superstition.
All right, well, let's bring this back here and talk about this event, because you have finally brought back the King of the Lanes after 10 plus years. Why did you decide to do that?
Yeah, a few reasons, Kimberly. First of all, I want to see these guys bowl. We got some of the best in the game. Walter Ray, Pete Weber. I haven't been able to see them, so I wanted to see them. But second of all, safety. We're still in the middle of a pandemic, and this is a really great event for social distancing. This format only has a couple guys out there, so it's super safe. And last of all, fun. America needs fun. What more fun than the PBA King of the Lanes?
Absolutely, and this has been a lot of fun to watch. I cannot wait to get back to the final.
I'll tell you what, I'm kind of with Coley. I could have gone the rest of my life not hearing about Bill O'Neill's bathroom issues.
Would have been fine by me as well. But we've got great bowling ahead, Randy. Can't wait, right?
Wes Malott and his current doubles partner, they're going to go at it. We'll see if Norm Duke can unthrow the current king.
The on-lane graphics you see on tonight's show, including the ball tracer, courtesy of Clutch Bowling. Wes Malott, Norm Duke, head-to-head. Now, did you say unthrown before or dethroned?
You mean going to break? No,
Yeah.
I said dethroned. You heard
did?
it wrong. Yeah.
My mistake.
Yeah, you heard it wrong. Yeah, dethroned. Unthrown, dethroned, it's all the same. He's trying to knock that guy out of that gold chair. A couple more practice shots before we get underway for the king match.
I love it, covering some practice.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
cool.
Walter Ray 211, Duke 267, but the big nasty Wes Malott. You know, when he did the interview with Kimberly Pressler, it truly was Beauty and the Beast. But here you see him winning his 2013 United States Open for his lone major. PBA Player of the Year back in 2008, 2009, the big nasty Wes Malott.
10 career titles for the big guy. More than $1.3 million in earnings.
You should sit over there still.
It's on the side too much.
Norm thinks he should be on
Good
the
luck,
throne.
partner.
Right?
You too, bud.
Should be a great match. And Wes Malott, by the way, is a big, big guy. I'm thinking 6'5", what do you got, 250?
Yeah, he might be taller than 6'5". He might be taller than 6'5".
I mean, wow.
Maybe 6'6". Big dude.
Norm Duke gets us started in this match, leaves a 10-pin. Norm told us pre-match he's thrilled to be out here again. Loves the chance to compete on TV. Got his 10-pin.
The last two times, or the last time these guys met was back in 2019, the Indianapolis Open, and Norm Duke defeated Wes Malott en route to winning that tournament.
2 titles in 2019 for Normie. 56 years old. And a big tall Texan is back up here. Wes Malott comes a little high, but gets all 10 down. Wes told us yesterday during his practice session that he's had a chance to compete despite the coronavirus shutting down a lot of bowling centers nationwide. He's getting plenty of practice, felt good, felt ready for his defense of royalty here tonight.
I love when you do that royalty thing, and then you bow at me.
There's a lot of bowing going on here at the booth.
3-6-10, pretty easy to cover all 3 pins with the bowling ball. Right there, get that bowling ball right into that spot. It'll ricochet off of the 3 and cover the 6-10. Just like that.
Covers nicely. 3-6-10. Guaranteed rate, spare the game, Randy. Nice cover by Wes Malott crossing.
Yep, made it look easy.
Norm, right lane, you better believe it. He's in that 1-3 pocket. 60 feet to success for Norm Duke. He stays hot after blasting fellow legend Walter Ray Williams Jr. in the first match.
Duke's lined up. He knows what the lanes are giving him. It's just a matter of whether or not he can get the corner out. Wes, well, he hasn't figured out that left lane yet. Of course, he's only thrown 1 shot in practice, so see how long it takes him to get there.
How about that? 18 years old. Been dominant for a long time. Dominant here tonight in Jupiter, Florida as well. Norm's season really derailed by the quad injury suffered in Texas. The Hall of Fame Classic won by Tommy Jones with the 300 game in the final. After being inducted in the Hall of Fame to begin the 2020 season. He told us it took several weeks to get back in playing shape. Wes didn't like that one at all, but he'll take the 10 back.
That one came back from Boca.
Come on.
That's about as far right as we've seen a ball down lane right there. About the 4th board to the right. That's a nice break if he can now turn it into something. By the way, Dave, Boca's south of here, in case you didn't know.
I do know. I live in Melbourne.
That's right.
North
You would know. You've got pretty good geometric skills for the state.
Much better shot.
Oh, he
Like
likes it.
that better. That's why. Wow. Crunching 10 back into the pin. Those pins had no chance, Randy.
You're right. Hey, Wes Malott, what adjustment did you make on that left lane?
Randy nerves are getting me the first couple shots. A little slow, a little grabby. I did need to move on that left lane, though. I did move one and just told myself find the tempo and best shot of the game. So hopefully we can carry that on here for the next 6 frames.
Thank you, Wes.
Back to Norm, right lane. You bet. He is on fire right now. Look at the numbers and look at the effort here for Duke. Got the turkey after a tremendous run against Walter Ray with a 7-bagger.
Straighter is greater, especially when you're 56 years old, and Norm Duke's proving that he can still bowl. Get him on the right pattern, the right format, where he doesn't have to throw it over the left gutter cap, and Norm Duke can still win out on this tour. He proved it last year.
Looks for another one. 5th frame, go by 20 pins. Yes. Stays hot. Maybe it's all that working out he told us about. More than an hour a day. Lots of stretching, lots of cardio. He felt ready pre-match to make a run at the King tonight. His Majesty tries for the turkey.
Beauty there.
And cuts it to 10 pins. More coming up. Here on FS1, King of the Lanes. Can't wait to watch some of the young stars. EJ Tackett, Anthony Simonson going head-to-head. They'll take on the winner of this match.
And
including Wes Malott, former player of the year.
Yeah, and if Duke wins this match, he'll dethrone
We will have
Wes.
a new king. And Norm gets the crown.
Beauty there. Wes Malott not giving Norm Duke any breathing room at all. It's the wee Iceman against the big nasty in Jupiter, Florida. And it's also a strike fest. Both players with 4-baggers. Lots more action to come right here on FS1.
King of the Lanes rolls on from Jupiter, Florida here on FS1. Live coverage continues. Hey, junior bowlers, head to PBA.com to sign up today for the first ever PBA Junior National Championship Tournament. Earn smart scholarships and become a PBA Youth Champ. PBA Junior, the first PBA club for bowlers 17 and younger. Check PBA.com for more. That is exciting.
Can't wait for that event, man. It's going to be awesome.
Speaking of awesome, look at these numbers. Max scores
Big shot.
for Norm 290, for the King 280. Norm wants to dethrone Wes Malott, the reigning King of the Lanes.
Did you say dethrone?
I did. 10 pin.
Pretty good shot out of the commercial break. It's what the players struggle with the most out here on tour under the bright lights is, that weight. It really can throw a wrench into the momentum engine. But Norm Duke makes a pretty nice shot here, only to leave that ring in 10. Look at that tracer on the lane. I love that.
Cool?
I love clutch stuff. Clutch bowling, man, it's awesome.
Strike streak over for Norm at 4, so it's a 1-pin lead. Anyone's match here.
Great.
2 titles a year ago on the Go Bowling PBA Tour. Now 56 years young, the legend continues to tell his story on the lanes. He's healthy, quad injury, all done now. Trying to stay dominant here. Another good break, 10-pin tripped.
All right, buddy.
He gave that one the business. I mean, for Norm, came around the corner nicely and 10 in the pip. Wes Malott right now can, it says that on your board it's a 1-pin deficit for Duke. Malott by 1 can increase it to 21 with 2 more strikes.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
7th frame didn't like it, but that turned out just fine. Good ball reaction down lane for the big nasty 10 in the pit.
A little bit left to target, but there might be a little bit of hold that's been created down lane. Didn't like it, comes away with a strike and a 5-bagger. That's always a good thing. His Royal Majesty now looking for a 6-pack.
Hoping for a 6-bagger in the 8th.
Oh my goodness.
No,
The lane.
no.
Even moved one.
His lines look pretty good. The numbers here look pretty good. And
6,
this
7,
ball
9,
just
10
breaks loose. Boy, does he pay for it. That's the Greek church. And that lead is gone. Max score now 241. Duke can still shoot 269. Remember, Duke shot 267 in game one.
Those are the ones that have to happen.
Normie.
Oh. Interesting pin action there. That puts Norm in the 230s. One more strike puts him in the high 240s. Right now, Wes Malott may need to have to call in a code red to win this match.
Max numbers, Duke by 18. Foundation frame. Looks for 3 in a row. 28-pin lead. 10-pin. Gets a knock. Down it goes. Normie in great shape.
Takes full advantage of that open by Wes Malott. Norm Duke, one frame away from wearing the crown. See the rotation on that ball, and then the 6-pin giving the 10 the love tap.
9-pin for Wes.
We have a new king.
That's it.
Well, I mean, Norm has to stay
Those are
upright.
pretty good shots.
I think he'll manage that. We're going to call it a win for Norm Duke. And the king of the lanes is about to lose his royal position upon the throne.
There goes the crown, the robe, the scepter, and that nice chair.
Max numbers empty for now, but Norm is going to sit in that. On the next broadcast coming up on FS1,
Yep.
Simonson and Tackett will battle the Young Guns to try to get to Norm, who will be the new king.
Wow. He moved farther left on that shot. You could see it there. Strike track telling us right there at 20 and a half. Shot before that was about 18 and a half, 18.6, I believe.
You like the ones that I say, come on, be right. Hey, can I get a re-rack? So I can get a gold pin?
Who wants to give everyone a free game, right?
I
Yeah,
like
there's
it.
none in
I
that
do
rack.
too.
There's 2 of them that are coming up. Love the way you think. Got to take the odds. I mean, I'm lined up now, so.
While we're waiting, we know
Watch
that
it be gold now.
COVID-19 has
Where are they at?
limited access to sports and play for millions of kids nationwide.
Oh,
So
don't
Fox
worry,
Sports
I'll
is
use
teaming up with Good Sports to restore play, part of the Restore Play campaign. To learn more about bringing sports and play back to children in need, visit goodsports.org. Level 7-10, and he'll whiff on the 10 pin.
Come on, Normie.
His kingdom
Norm
is no
Duke
more. His
will
kingdom is gone.
vanquish His Highness.
Norm Duke has stormed the castle and has taken over the crown.
Right lane for Norm.
Yeah, I bowled real nice today, Norm
Sure
did.
E.
So he is the King of the Lanes winner in this show, but there's a long way to go. A total of 6 shows here at FS1 to eventually declare the king or queen of the lanes. We've got some PWBA stars as well
We do.
in the mix.
Exciting matchup coming up after this with EJ Tackett and Anthony Simonson. Two of the most powerful players on the tour. Norm Duke is your winner. The
love you,
Duke
brother.
becomes the king.
The Duke of Bowling.
Thank you.
His Majesty. Go to your throne, sir. Looks good on you, Norm.
Wes Malott with his wand.
Oh boy.
For,
I think
Royal
he's going to make Wes Malott a knight.
he's got a grip
Good
on
night.
it. It's perfect.
Fantastic bowling for Norm Duke. Not just Walter Ray Williams Jr., but dethrones the king of the lanes himself. The big, nasty Wes Malott goes down. Great bowling action on FS1 tonight. The PBA on FS1 is brought to you by Go Bowling. For promotional offers, tips to improve your game, news, or to locate a bowling center near you, log on to gobowling.com. And by Guaranteed Rate. Mortgage rates are historically low right now. With the incredibly low rates from Guaranteed Rate, you could save big money on your mortgage. Visit rate.com today. The new king, at least for now. Norm Duke, you looking good there, Normie. I love the crown, the scepter, the royal robe.
I can't breathe in this thing.
We appreciate safety first and social distancing. Dave and Randy recapping Normie's great night. RP, what do you think?
Well, he was never challenged, really. I mean, 267 out of the gate. And then Wes Malott gave him that big opening when he Greek churched on the string of strikes. And then Norm did just, what he had to do. He threw a lot of strikes. He rebounded nicely after that missed 10-pin. And it was all Norm Duke tonight.
Kimberly joined by the finalists.
I sure am. So, Wes, let's start with you because you guys had a really good match going on, and then that 8th frame came. What happened?
Well, Kim, I came out of commercial. I struck on the right lane, got a little lucky, missed left, but I even made an adjustment on the left lane because it hooks a little bit more than the right lane, and I guess it just wasn't enough. Norm even asked me after the match. He goes, "That was your best shot, wasn't it?" And it was a pretty good shot, and just unfortunate.
I know that it is tough when you don't walk away the winner, but you lost today to this guy right here, and he was a little emotional during the break. He did not want to put all of this on in front of you because you've been the king for so long. So what was it like going up against him? And if you had to lose, did you want to lose to this guy?
Well, yes.
I'm standing right here, by the way.
No pressure. No
pressure. As we all know, Norm and I have been doubles teammates for quite some time now. Earlier this year, he's like, "Wes, I'm folding it up, you can go," but last night he told me I'm back. And obviously I knew he wasn't going anywhere. So if I'm right, he told me last night, I'm in if you're in, Norm. Are we good?
We're good.
We're back
on
in.
television. You can't. Hey, I'm good. I love it.
Oh,
I love it.
It's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. So, Norm, let's talk to you for a second here because during our interviews this week, you actually told me that you wanted to make it to the finals to go up against Wes, not just because you wanted to win this. What were those reasons?
My love for Wes is, I can't even talk because he's one of the greatest people I've ever met, and he's one of the greatest bowlers. And when we're together, I'm just happier. So, I didn't want to take all the garp from him. I've been watching him sit in that king's seat all this time. I wanted to be there, but I didn't want to get it from him,
Well, you know what? You do look good in that, and it's always good to be happy. But don't get too comfortable because you're going to have to defend that crown very, very soon.
I'm comfortable.
Guys, thank you. We can't wait for the next PBA King of the Lanes here on FS1. Simonson, Tackett, the contenders, and the winner takes on the current King of the Lanes, Norm Duke. Now for the entire crew, Kimberly, Pressler, and the Hall of Famer Randy Peterson. Dave Ryan saying so long for now from Jupiter, Florida, but more great bowling is coming up here on FS1. Tackett, Simonson, and the winner to face this guy, Norm Duke, the legend with 40 career PBA Tour titles. The Hall of Famer is the King of the Lanes.